All right, hello and welcome to the spoiler zone, the podcast-like thing where we talk about movies and dox ourselves twice. Oh, come on, that was funny.
I had to mute because I was coughing. I'm sorry.
Motherfucker! I hate you. You're the worst. Why did I decide to make a fucking podcast with you?
Why did you agree
I
to
don't.
spend an hour and a half?
That's a whole
with
other
me?
podcast topic. All right, so today we're talking about John Wick, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Rush Hour, and Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So, for those of you who don't really know how this works, because that's all of you, considering we don't know how this works. Basically, we.
I know how it works.
Okay, well then, explain. Feel free.
I mean, you you wouldn't understand.
I wouldn't understand.
No.
Oh, okay.
It takes a real podcasts man to understand how this works.
Okay, so basically, Irvin and I have been friends for a long time, and so long that we have decided to catalog every movie that we watched together, up back until the early 2010. Or sorry, Jesus, 2010. No, sorry, 2018.
Yeah, sure.
We've been friends since 2010. Documenting movies in 2018, and so we're just going back and we're talking about the movies because we talk about them a lot. And so we're gonna assume that you've seen every movie that we talk about. We'll give like a brief description of the movies right now, and if it's something that interests you, go ahead and watch it. Right? If you haven't seen the movie, you might be a little bit lost when we talk about it. So you can skip around. I guess the feature's called chapters. Like on the actual video timeline, you can click on different parts of it, and it'll show you when we start and stop different movies. So look for a movie that you're interested in, right? If you're only interested in John Wick and Rush Hour 2, you can go ahead and click around. The timestamps are also in the description as well. So John Wick, I would describe John Wick as like a 90s action film, like taken to the extreme and shot today. Would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah, that's pretty good.
It's got Keanu Reeves in it. Fantastic action. You have anything you want to say about the movie, Erwin? Like a quick synopsis before we move on?
It's breathtaking.
Yeah. The actual like plot is basically like he's like a retired assassin who kind of comes back into the life. He gets pulled back into it for a specific reason. Don't want to spill too much, unless you decide to watch it.
Where the
right?
spoilers on.
We will spoil it when we get to the actual part of it, right? They have 5 minutes before the spoiler zone officially starts.
All right, okay.
All right. So if you have, do you have anything else you want to say about John Wick before we get into the next movie?
I'm super excited for John Wick 4.
That's fair. All right, so Ferris Bueller's Day Off is kind of like classic 80s movie. It's about like a kid who basically just ditches, right? I think everyone's heard of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, at least heard of it, right? Maybe not seen it. Classic movie, super good. A lot of charisma in the main actor. I don't know his name. But
Matthew Broderick.
Oh, really? That's his name?
Yeah.
You know his name?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay.
What? It's Matthew Broderick.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, the entire premise is it's just a kid who acts like he's sick and skips class, and he just gets into hijinks. It's super funny. Anything you want to say about Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
I don't. To be fair, I don't remember much about Ferris Bueller's. And I also don't remember much about Monty Python, so it's gonna be a rough one.
You said that you would be fine.
Well, for Monty Python, I'll probably be fine. I'm just saying I don't remember much of it, but
clips of Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
You don't remember.
It was very interesting experiences because I don't remember them. It looked like a really cool movie.
I hate you so much.
Bro, it's been like 2 years since we watched this. Cut me some slack.
No. You
It's
had time
2
to
years.
prepare. All right, the next movie is Rush Hour 2, the sequel to Rush Hour, movie we talked about earlier. Buddy cop movie, early 2000s. Got Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. Very, very funny guys. Very funny comedy. Also, the action's really good too. Like it's a Jackie Chan movie. Two cops doing their stuff. I don't remember much about the actual plot. Do you have anything about the plot you wanna? Ricky Tan. Anything about the plot you wanna like go over, or is that, do you think?
What actually was it about? It was about was this the one with the daddy issues?
Yeah, this is the one with the daddy issues.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil the whole plot for them now. We will do that soon.
Wait, are we sure? Right, this is the one. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
no, I
yeah,
remember
no,
what
this
the
is
third-
that.
Okay, I
Daddy
remember what the
issues.
third one is about then.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Anything else about Rush Hour do you want to say to like get people to watch it? You should watch it. It's a phenomenal movie. Very funny.
It's a great one.
If you haven't seen the first one, go watch the first one too. Talk about that one in the last podcast. And then Monty Python and Holy Grail. This is like, imagine like a bunch of people, like a bunch of theater kids that are funny, started LARPing and recorded it. That's how I would describe this. This is just like a absurdist comedy, and it's super funny. All the Monty Pythons are like absurdist comedy, and this is no different. It's like a comedization of like the King Arthur and like the Round Table and shit.
It also has the Black Knight in it, who I would personally say is the best character in the entire movie.
Yeah, like it's got a lot of memorable moments, like a lot of stuff that like if you're like a big guy of pop culture, you've probably seen some stuff referenced from this movie, even if you haven't seen the movie. So go ahead and watch it. It's super good. It's an older movie. It's from the 70s, I think 70s maybe.
It does not feel like it's from the 70s.
It doesn't. Though.
It literally it has like solid 80s comedy.
It is 70s, right? I'm not tripping.
75.
Yeah, 75. It's one of those things. It feels timeless. Like it's crazy because it's that. What is that? That's like 45, 55 years. I can't do math right now. 45 years ago. It doesn't feel like 45 years old. You know what I mean? Like it still feels like it's timeless. That's all I can say. All right, so that's our quick spiel for like all the different movies. I highly recommend all of them. This is a great batch of movies. But again, if you're not interested in any specific one, go ahead and use the chapters on the video timeline and click across. Because now we're gonna start talking about John Wick. We watched John Wick February 18th, 2018. Been a while. So this is a movie. So I remember us having conversations before we did the movie list about you wanting me to watch this movie, and I was hesitant.
Why were you hesitant?
I don't know. I think it was really just because I didn't really know what it was, and you didn't do a great job explaining it.
I never do a good job of explaining a movie to you. I always want you to watch a movie that like you're never because of how bad I am at explaining movies. You're never gonna watch Coraline. You're never gonna watch Marion Max. You're never gonna want to watch Okjaya. It's fine. I don't. It's whatever, dude.
They could happen.
No,
don't never say never. You got me to watch Edward Scissorhands. Wait, no, that's not the movie. What's it called?
Close. Very similar.
Sweeney Todd. Yeah. I watched the epic rap battle with Wolverine recently, and it had Edward Scissorhands, and for some reason I was just picturing him. I haven't seen the movie either though.
Edward Scissorhands?
No, I haven't.
It's been a really long time since I watched it. It's got Winona Ryder in it.
Nice.
If you're into that.
Is that how they got together? Johnny Depp is in the movie, right?
Yeah. Yes.
That's
Scissorhands.
Yeah, I know. That's how they got together. They dated for like a long time. Anyway, we're getting off topic. John Wick. So basically, I was hesitant mostly because I think this is actually a weird case. You were so excited about the movie that like I don't think you really just described it. You're like, yeah, we just need to watch this movie, and I'm like, what is it about? You're like, it's just so good. It's just so good. I'm like, what's happening? And also it was I didn't really know who Keanu Reeves was, and I'm pretty sure you tried to use that as like the main leverage. I didn't really know who that was. Like I knew he was in the Matrix.
We didn't watch the Matrix on this list, did we? We watched it way before.
Oh, way before. But you know how bad I am at names. It's significantly possible I didn't know that he was in the Matrix, and you just said Keanu Reeves.
Right. Well, you like Keanu Reeves, right?
I do now. I love Keanu Reeves.
Cool. We still have to watch. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah, he was in a romance movie I watched recently. That also had Winona Ryder in it.
Oh, I was about to say no. That's the.
They're like stuck in time, or whatever. Like they're like sending letters. Oh no, it wasn't. That's Winona Ryder. That was Angelina Jolie.
That's Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's the Lake House, wasn't it?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, the Lake House, and it's like the mailbox.
You've seen it?
Yes, I've seen it. It's a good movie.
I'm shook you've seen it.
It's also the wrong actress.
I'm sorry. I fucking
It's not Winona Ryder.
I was thinking. Okay, it doesn't matter what I was thinking. I'm an idiot. Okay, so yeah, so when did you see John Wick the first time? Did you see it in theaters, or was it
I
something
don't
that...
think I saw. No, the only one I saw in theaters was when you came down here. We went to watch John Wick
Spoilers.
3. What are you talking about? No, there's no spoilers here. I don't know what you're talking about. It's not like
No spoilers in
name
the spoiler zone.
No, couldn't be me.
So when did you first see it then? Was it like were you aware of it when it first came out, or was it a couple of years later? Or...
I probably just watched it at home online somewhere.
Sure, but
It
like,
was
do you
really
like
good.
was it like around the time it came out? Do you think, or was it like a couple years later, or do you have no idea?
It was when it came out on Blu-ray. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure. Me and Dad were waiting for it to come out on Blu-ray before we watched it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, at least. I don't remember going to the theater to watch it.
Yeah.
'Cause,
And you love these movies. You love this movie, right? Like
yeah, all three of the John Wick movies are pretty good.
this is I remember like you fought for me to watch this movie a lot. And now I'm kind of in the same boat because I'm trying to get my aunt to watch it because she loves like 80s and 90s action movies.
Yeah.
I think she'd love this movie, but she won't watch it because the dog gets killed, and she doesn't like watching movies where dogs get killed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's gotta happen, you know?
It does have that. To be fair, it actually they don't show anything. Like I actually watched the clip. Like so, like they show the dog like get like hit, but like it's like as the screen is like getting blurry and fading off because it's John's vision.
Yeah.
And so you hear the thud and you hear the whine, but you don't really see the dog get injured. Like it's not like it gets shot in the face right in front of the viewer.
Yeah.
Let me actually. Okay, actually, so I wrote notes for this actually.
Oh,
yeah, I'm more prepared. I wrote a couple of notes. So let me pull that up.
all right. Hold on. What's your Google account? Let me log in real quick.
Do you actually want it?
Observe these. Yeah. Could you share the notes with me?
Yeah, let me
actually?
share it with you.
Fuck it.
Urban Sniper. Yeah. They're just called John. I think I just called it John Wick.
Okay.
It's my.
Did you make them for each one, or did you do it? For all
Yeah.
of them?
No. They're all in the same thing. I think it just
Okay.
it asked for a title before I shared it, and it just was the title. We'll get through these in a second. I just wrote out some things I want to talk about. These were just as I was watching clips. Anyway, so yeah, so I think like
Nice.
what? Nice. They can't see it. We can't fucking reference things they can't see.
Yeah. Sorry.
And I'm not gonna show them my notes. So is there anything you want to start talking about, or
I mean, it's yours. These are your notes.
No. I just meant like in general. We don't have to just go off of my notes. Like, what do you like? What was your favorite thing about John Wick? Like, what made it like when it was something you really wanted me to see?
I just wanted you to watch it because it was a cool fucking movie.
That's fair.
I thought you would enjoy it.
I did
Which
enjoy it.
I think you did.
I love John Wick and all the movies.
I guess something interesting to talk about would be that I remember reading somewhere that in the early stages when they were planning the script, the original thing was going to happen was that it was his kid that gets killed.
I think you told me about this.
But somebody really smart in the production team went, no, hold on. A kid won't resonate as well with audiences. Let's kill a dog.
Dude, you fucking do anything mean to a dog, and all of a sudden everyone is against the person who did it. Kill a kid, it's 50-50. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you.
What's the body count? What's John Wick body count first movie?
Yeah, don't spoil anything for the other movies. We're trying to keep this. We are trying to keep this just for this movie.
Okay, 77 people are killed on screen in the first John Wick movie, and every single death feels like they deserved it.
Yeah. So. Well, okay. Well, I actually want to get into that. So, one thing that I was talking about, right, is John Wick really feels like the epitome. I know you've seen it, but anyone at home, if we watch Caleb City a lot. There's a Caleb City video. I'll link it actually in the description. Actually, it's not that hard. It's about minions and how a guy can go through and kill a bunch of minions and they'll still go run headlong at him. And this movie feels like the epitome of that fucking skit. All I know is that he ate me. I'm gonna eat them hands, boy. After seeing like some people get killed, like I would just be like, they can't pay me enough for this. I'm gone. I'm gonna leave. This movie feels like the epitome of that to me. again, like, yeah, everyone kind of deserves it, but also at the same time, like, some people are just hired, but you never really care about that.
Okay, yeah, no, that is a good point. Maybe they don't deserve it, but because of how they framed the beginning of the movie, um, it never really puts John in a bad light. But if
Yeah.
you take the beginning of the movie away, suddenly John is a scary villain going after a guy's son
Yeah,
who
seriously.
might be a little shithead, but you know, he's someone's flesh and blood.
No, I think the beginning motivation for this movie is very well crafted. It's only like the first 15 minutes that they set this up, right?
Yeah.
John's dead wife, he has the video recording, right? You know, the dog that the wife sent afterwards, he's got his car that he loves. He's just an everyman just trying to fucking do shit with his dog. They have cute moments. All of a sudden, you don't really know that John is who John is until it's too late. Right? And this is something that we've talked about before. You and I've actually had this conversation, so let's have it again. I think we had this conversation. I watched a video about this. Maybe I didn't talk to you about this actually. A great time now or another.
Well, let's have the
So
conversation.
basically the movie. So like if you watch like a normal movie, right? I'm trying to think of a good example. I don't know. Let's fucking the Avengers, right? Let's talk about like Infinity War, right? That's a bit of a weird movie to think about, but a lot of Age of Ultron might be a better thing. So basically, whenever you have like a normal hero story, it's never the heroes that are hyped up. It's always the villains, right? You try to like play up how big of a threat the villains are. The villain's a big threat. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that. You can't stop him to do this, right? It's always a challenge that the heroes have to overcome, right?
Right.
And that's always the framing of the narrative for like normal hero stories. John Wick is flipped.
Yeah,
it's always
he's hyped up, and the villains are the ones that are trying to overcome him.
Exactly, John.
Either we talked about this before, or we watched the same video, which is highly likely.
It's highly likely, yeah. So, like, John Wick works because he's hyped up to a degree where he's like unbeatable, right? Like he's like this fucking scary person. Like, he's mythical. There's legends about him, right? And like the fucking villains are terrified of him, right? Whereas like the heroes would be like, dude. Like for Infinity War, like fucking Bruce Banner, Thanos is coming. He's destroying wars. He's coming, Tony. He's coming, right? And like,
yeah,
it's the opposite. It's just that John Wick is fucking scary. He's coming for us, and then the movie stays that course. It's such a good flip. It's so unique.
Yeah. One of the things that I did like about it, you do have a note here about it, is that he isn't necessarily unstoppable. You could trip him up a little bit. Like he can get hurt, just like in a lot of Jackie Chan movies. Actually, they do a good thing about that. The hero in Jackie Chan movies, like Jackie Chan or whatever.
We'll get there in a second.
Yeah, we'll get there in a second. Also, we've been there, but they're never invincible.
Yeah.
They can get hurt, right? But they give just as good as they get.
John takes a lot of fucking damage in these movies. Like at one point he's thrown down a fucking story, like a fucking I don't know, like a story of a building, right? He's thrown down one. And he gets like stabbed.
We're talking about the first one, right?
Yeah. I watched the clip.
Okay.
There's a clip in
that's in the nightclub.
The nightclub, yeah. He's fighting with one guy, and they ends up overpowering him. He flips him over a railing, and he lands. Yeah, there's like a little cool tracking shot of it. Yeah, and then like so I read that there's a knife scene here, right? Where like there's like a struggle between John and a guy. Like he never completely overpowers the guy, because he's like slamming the knife down. It always feels like it's more technique and skill than just brute. Like, oh, I'm just better than you always. You know what I mean? It just seems like he's always in control, knows what he's doing, but sometimes he loses control, right?
But his ability to recover from that is I think what sets him apart.
Oh no, I agree. Don't get us wrong. John is a cut above the rest. He is the fucking Baba Yaga. He is the fucking boogeyman, the guy you send to kill the fucking boogie. But at the same time, like he never feels like he's like unbeatable. It just feels like he's still human. He's just above human.
The legend of John Wick being unbeatable is kept alive by the fact that everybody sees him take all this punishment and he still walks away.
I also wonder a little bit, and this is speculation. I wonder if the fact that the legend is so grand also is like he uses it to his advantage a lot, where people see him and they just kind of go, "Oh, fuck, it's John Wick."
They get off their game. A
Yeah,
because
he's he fucking John Wick. And you're like, "Oh shit, it's John Wick." I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know if there's a whole lot of evidence for that in the movie, but that's just kind of funny to me if people are like, "It's John fucking Wick. I'm fucking dead." Yeah, so I'm just gonna run through a couple of these points, I think, and if you have anything you want to talk about, feel free to jump in. The action in this movie is like superb. I think it's one of the best action movies of the decade. I guess we're no longer in that decade, but
the action choreography is really really good. The fight scenes, the hand to hand combat is it's very nice because unlike a lot of like I love the Jason Bourne movies, I really do, but I would like to actually be able to see Matt Damon kick ass and not just get the hint, the essence of him kicking ass. I really like to see his shoulder moving just a little bit as he's punching a guy to death. You know, it's really fun.
In defense,
but in John Wick, you can actually see the beautiful fight choreography that goes into everything, and it really shows that the director was a former stunt choreographer for the Matrix movies.
I agree with you, but in defense of the Bourne movies, really quickly, I will say is that like they kind of like were the ones who kind of like mainstreamed the quick cut, and I think that they do a much better job than most movies that have tried to imitate the quick cut have done. Like I feel like I feel like Bourne still has a good like momentum to the fights, and you can still feel like what's going on.
Fight scenes. I'm not saying that the fight scenes in the Jason Bourne movies are bad. I am just saying that every once in a while, I would like to actually see the actor fighting.
That's totally fair, but I'm just saying, like there's a lot of movies nowadays, especially like in the last like fucking 5 years, 10 years.
Taken.
There you go. That fucking like they do the quick cuts and it's just not good. Like the action isn't good. I
remember seeing somebody counted the amount of quick cuts that they had in one of the Taken movies where Liam Neeson's character, he jumps over a fence, and it was like something like nine quick cuts for him to jump over a fence.
That's ridiculous.
And he wasn't even sprinting.
That's crazy.
The number might be wrong. It might be like 7 or something. I don't know. But it was a lot more than it needs. Literally, it just needs like 2 cuts, maybe, if that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, the action in this movie is like really. It's always well choreographed, like Urban said. It's always like real sense of like motion. Like I always feel like things feel in flow. Like they kind of like fight scenes go in and out from each other. It never feels like, oh, here's a fight scene now. It's time to get the action scene in.
To be fair, half the movie is a fight scene.
No, that's true, and maybe that's why, because it's always one fight scene, right? Maybe that's why. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that.
I mean, the whole movie basically takes place over like what, a day, like an entire 24 hours.
About that, maybe day or two, yeah.
Because like it happens at everything happens at night. Then that whole day, I think he's basically hunting people down, and then there's the last fight is at night.
Yeah, probably about 24 hours.
Probably be about 24 hours. So in 24 hours, the actions of one stupid, arrogant, shithead, spoiled brat caused the demise of an entire Russian mafia.
Yeah, fucking Theon, dude.
Just can't catch a break.
Can't catch a break. Also, I love that like so a lot of things. Something that I appreciate for John Wick, I think you appreciate this too, is that John Wick will actually reload, and like it's legitimately takes time. It's probably faster than you probably would do it in real life because it's. I mean, maybe he could. I mean, he's like the best of the best, right? But like it takes legitimate time.
Have you ever watched any of the behind the scene clips of him going to the range and stuff?
I have.
Yeah, no, that speed is actually him reloading.
Yes and no.
Obviously, under an intense situation, it is a lot different.
Well, and the fact that like when you go to the ranges like that, the reloading and shit is prepared for you. Like he doesn't do a lot of like legitimate on the move reloading.
Not in
where,
this movie, has as much.
No. I mean like in the range. Like at the range, you're not gonna have like fucking your clip someplace, and like he has like everything very like ready. What I've seen.
I mean, to be fair, in the movies, like he also does have it where he needs them to be. They're in specified spots on his body.
I guess, but
It's shown every single time he suits up.
I think it's a little. What I'm saying is, I think it's a little bit different than in real life.
I'm not saying that he can reload as fast as real life. I'm just saying that they didn't have to do a lot to make it look like he can reload that fast.
That's fair. No, I'd agree with that. But regardless, the movie takes time, multiple times, to show him reloading and being out of bullets, and like there's a real sense of like this isn't just unlimited bullets. This is like this could happen in real life, right? And then
that was one of the things that always like there were a lot of 80s movies that really kind of just didn't care much about the bullet count in a magazine. Like
yeah, I agree.
I don't remember it happening as much, but I'm sure at some points in Lethal Weapon, one of the characters shot more than he should have been able to. But I think Lethal Weapon might have been one of the few 80s movies that actually kept count of how many shots were taken.
I sincerely doubt Lethal Weapon counted how many bullets.
You don't think so?
I sincerely doubt.
Did you ever see the they have a deleted scene of the this was originally how Riggs was going to be introduced to the story. It was like a school shooter or something. Some guy with an AR or whatever was holed up in a school building, and Riggs comes onto the scene. A lot more happens in the deleted scene. You probably find it on YouTube, or maybe Bryce will link it to you. I'm not sure. But he shoots an entire magazine of his Beretta M9, which it should have 15 one in the chamber, and he shoots 16 bullets. And then his clip goes empty, and the slide locks back. While that's only one scene, I think it's a good attention to detail.
It was a deleted
scene.
They
bothered to count.
It was a deleted scene.
I mean, yeah, it was a deleted scene, but also, I mean, you know.
Maybe they did. I don't know. This is purely speculation from the heart. I just don't think that they did. They could have.
I think they did something. They did something similar in Beverly Hills Cop. No, they didn't. No, specifically, I don't think they did in Beverly Hills Cop 1.
I've never seen
the only really scene they had of them of him. What?
I've never seen Beverly Hills Cop. You have that on the list of lists.
No. We just watched it.
Oh, right.
We just watched it.
Sorry. I keep thinking. I don't know why. Whenever I hear Beverly, I keep thinking of fucking Paul Blart Mall Cop.
No. Oh my god. Why would that be on my list?
I don't know. That for whatever reason, my brain. Whenever I hear that fucking shit,
no. If I was gonna show you a Kevin James movie, it'd probably be Here Comes the Boom.
Yeah.
Another fight movie. God damn it.
All right, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think in general, the attention to detail is I think Keanu's great in this movie. The character John Wick doesn't take a lot of acting. It's a lot of like physical acting, right?
Stoicism,
yeah. Like there's not like a lot of like spoken dialogue. There is some, but it's not like a very dialogue heavy movie.
He's one of those characters that's kind of like he's like the quiet kid in the back. He doesn't speak much, but when you do speak, you listen.
I will say though, the scene of like people keep asking if I'm back.
It's great. That's a great scene.
That's a fantastic scene. That's all Keanu, dude. Like he just takes up the room. Like he's so commanding. Like I was intimidated when I watched the clip back again. Right? Fucking. You can either give me your son or die screaming along with them. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm so good. Fucking there's actually some funny moments in this movie too. Like I was surprised.
You working again?
Something like that.
Nah, just sorting some stuff out. Oh, okay. Leave it be then.
Night, John.
Night, John. Night, Jimmy.
The fucking pause where he's like, you working again?
As he sees the dead body in the back, and John like slightly closes the door a little bit more so he can't see it anymore.
You working again? Oh god, that's such a good fucking scene. I love that scene.
Actually, also, that's a pretty decent segue into the world building.
Yeah, no, like I was gonna say
Like,
before we
like
get to
of, like,
that, I
this
was gonna
whole-
say
oh,
the
okay.
fucking the scene of the guy being like, "Why did you strike my son?" "Well, sir, he stole John Wick's car and killed his dog." Oh, and he just hangs off the phone. And it gets me every fucking time, dude. Every time. He's like, "Oh yes, of course."
His immediate next like course of action is to go into his safe, look up into the I don't even know what they're called, like the book of, what are they called? Phone books? They're mythical
Yeah.
things of
Yes.
those past long dead.
Yes. Them and payphones.
And he tries to like hammer things out with. There's a thank you. I appreciate that. Really cool. There, I clapped. Now you know where it is.
I'm not deleting that.
What?
Oh, that's fine. It's fine, dude. The state that you're from is not doxing you.
I guess.
Anyway, what were we saying before the Osprey came? We're talking about
Were you still talking about funny moments, or were we?
I was just laughing at the fucking his immediate response was the guy trying to hammer out shit with John, and John doesn't say a fucking word.
No,
let us not resort to our baser instincts.
No, I like to think that the reason he didn't say anything was that he was waiting for Vigo to actually come out right and say, "Look, my son was a fucking idiot. I am sorry. I'm sorry for the passing of your wife. I'm sorry that he did this. What can I do to make it up?"
No,
I didn't do any of that. He literally just tried to get him to like forget about it.
I'm convinced he was waiting for Vigo to give him his son. Be like, "Hey, listen, I'll give you my son. I'm sorry."
You think? I mean, I don't know. I feel like.
I mean, John gave him that ultimatum later.
Yeah, after he held him in a warehouse and tried to kill him.
I think that he was gonna kill him anyway. I think he was gonna go kill his son anyway. That was what he dug up all his shit for.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm probably considering how many people, considering the body count before that, most likely.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's go back to the world building then, I guess. Unless you wanted something else you want to say. Sorry.
No, it's good.
Yeah. So the world building
of I think that's the coolest. That's actually one of the coolest thing about this movie is that as they're building the world, they don't ever explain any of the things that are going around. They trust the audience to put together things. And while it's not subtle by any means, it's not like a fucking like Stanley Kubrick movie where you have to like actually sit down and rewatch the movie and study things over and over again to try and catch everything. They do a good job of not like spraying you in the face with all this background exposition, and they just kind of, it exists in the background and you make of it what you will.
Yeah, it's just the watcher to like
not be an idiot.
Not just that, but like to notice things on their own, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole like there's like a what network of assassins, there's a hotel where like you can't like kill each other, and like breaking the rules is a big deal, right? Like when that one lady assassin tries to kill John and the thing, that was a big deal. Like there's contracts and shit, right? Like there's like quote unquote getting out of the life is very difficult. John did it only because he's John, right? Remember like the bodies he buried that day, like the foundational, and like the fucking like they have like this again. The other movies do a lot, like they expand each movie. So we're just talking about this movie, but like he has like specialized armor and shit, right? Like his jacket.
That didn't happen until the second movie.
No, that happened in this movie. He got shot point blank and he didn't get killed because of his armor.
He had a vest on, that's why.
Yeah. He had the fucking the vest under the suit.
Yeah, but in the second movie he gets a literal bulletproof suit.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about that. Spoilers.
Okay. That's fair. Well, what? This is the spoiler zone. Nothing is sacred. Everything is permitted.
I know. Everything is permitted. Yeah, no. Like again, it just, and then like what else did they have in this movie in terms of world building? Like there's a lot of stuff that they do in other movies. I'm trying to make sure I like distinguish.
The fact that basically everybody knew John.
Yeah, they did a lot of stuff in this movie to hype up John. Like they really
he was an old acquaintance, he was an old friend, or he was that guy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So something that I fucking this is a bit of a segue, but or non sequitur, I guess. But like, I forgot that Willem Dafoe is in this movie and like played a big role. Like, did you
His
remember that?
role is fairly large, but it's very easy to forget because he's not a part of the main storyline of John.
Yeah,
He follows him from afar,
yeah.
basically.
I liked him, but I kind of just forgot it was like it's a little forgettable that he was in this movie. I don't know.
If anything, you should at least be able to remember his death.
I completely forgot until I saw him in a clip. Like he wasn't in any of the clips I watched except for the one where like the lady assassin tried to murder John, and he fucking shot to wake him up. That's the only clip, and I was like, oh, I forgot he was in this movie. Literally did not remember until I saw that.
I mean, this is the spoiler. This is the spoiler zone. I don't care. He helps him out of the warehouse. That's that scene right there.
Oh no, everything in this
And-
movie is fucking free game.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I know he helps him
And
out. I remember him helping him out.
yeah, and then I like the way that he casually inquires as to whether or not the contract is open. Meaning, if it's an open contract, it means there are other people around, which means he has plausible deniability of not killing John. But if it's a closed contract, he's only offering it to him, and that means if he takes it, John better be dead or he better be dead.
Yeah,
I
and
thought that was pretty interesting.
I do remember his death. I just like didn't remember it was a thing until after I remembered he was a thing. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Anything else? About the world building that you want us to talk about?
I mean, there's always the pencil scene.
With
I once saw him kill 3 men in the bar with a pencil.
fucking pencil. Yeah. I mean, again, like the mythos, the lore that is John Wick. I think really that's probably one of this movie's greatest achievement, right? Because they don't do that as much in the other movies, but this movie carries that to the other movies, right? You don't need to do that because it's already been like there's a base. Like they hype up John Wick so much and then deliver on that hype to the point where it's like he's always fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
I also like how when he's giving the Baba Yaga legend to his son, at the end, he hugs him.
Yeah.
In like a very desperate, this is the last time I'm ever gonna see you.
Yeah.
Hug.
Yeah.
Like he already knows that John won.
What an interesting character that the villain guy, because like he just wanted to protect his son. Realistically, like he wasn't like actively going after John. He just wanted John not to kill his son. I guess until after he killed his son, but then at that point he could case for revenge. Do you agree or? Did you?
No, you're fine. Do you not have Discord up?
I have. What do you mean? I have the fucking. Your screen
Yeah, you
is
can
there.
see when I'm muted.
No, I can't because your screen is up.
Just click off of it. Or like pop out the thing and move it over to another thing.
Where am I gonna put it? My fucking microphone's in my
I don't
way.
know.
I have Streamlabs on the right.
I mean, to be fair, like half my left monitor is covered as well.
Sorry.
I'm filling you back on my other thing. My entire screen is just your avatar. As usual.
We'll probably cut that out.
Yeah, sorry.
Everything okay?
So what were you saying?
What was I saying?
I don't remember.
We were talking about I was saying so do you agree that like hit I think his name's Vigo, right?
Vigo, yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't really like a villain per se. Like he just wanted John not to kill his son.
To be fair, yeah, no.
Like he didn't
He
never
did-
like actively went
And
after
he
John.
he absolutely never condoned his son doing what he did with John. He
No.
literally he gives him a swift one in his fucking gut for what he did.
Yeah.
And then he does it again when his son doesn't understand what the fuck he actually just did.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like I like, and then like after like his son is dead, I guess you can make an argument for like revenge and shit, right?
Right.
Yeah, so
I feel like that was the reason that he killed Marcus, I believe was Willem Dafoe's character's name,
I think so.
was because it was kind of out of spite. It was like what he says to Marcus, like while my son or uh while the contract was open, you had every opportunity to kill John, and if you had done your job, my son would be still alive or something like that.
Yeah.
I may have just paraphrased it actually. That might have been word for word.
Yeah. So I mean, it's interesting because again, it's John is in some ways a villain, but like you never think of him as the villain. You think of the guys that killed fucking the puppy as the villain. The villain.
Yeah.
His son is so dumb. Like he's literally so dumb.
They did a really good job of making him an unlikable character.
Like he's so dumb. And he never realizes the gravity of a situation. And like even okay, I will say I love his death because John doesn't have like a speech. He just fucking goes up, kills him and leaves.
Yeah.
Like it's
It
like
grants him a swift death.
yeah. And I don't even think that was like John granting. Like I think John is just not like no like it's business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's no nonsense kind of guy.
Even if it's personal, it's still business.
Still gotta fucking you're dead. I'm done. Yeah. I think one of my favorite characters. You don't see a lot of them in this movie, but the hotel desk guy. I love him.
The concierge. Oh, would he be called the concierge? He actually has a name.
I do know he has a name.
It's Sharon. Charon. I don't know how to pronounce that. He's the concierge of the Continental Hotels. It doesn't actually say how to pronounce his name.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I really like him. I like the actor too. He's in a lot of other stuff that I like. I like the actor a lot. His voice is so soothing.
Every time I see him, I always think of the Haitian from Heroes.
He's not quiet, but yeah, I can see it.
I know it's not the same actor, but
I can see it like the voice.
That was kind of reminds me of it. Yeah.
His voice is so soothing though. He was in Horizon Zero Dawn. He was very good. Anything that you wanted to bring up about John Wick that you like love or anything like that?
I would love his aimbot.
Yeah, he does have aimbot. I don't know. It's such a good movie. I can't get over how good it is. I love this movie. I'm so surprised I didn't want to fucking watch it.
It's fine. You don't trust me. That's why.
Hey, I trust you enough to watch them. I've watched almost every movie you've trying to get me to watch. I've watched almost every movie you've been like, "Hey, watch this. Trust me." And I'm like, "All right, bet." Like I've gotten really good about that. I hope you like you acknowledge. For the most part, I trust you when it comes to movies nowadays. I may not like,
but there was a time. There's a reason that this movie list exists.
Hey,
You've gotten better though.
I've gotten significantly better.
You've gotten significantly better. Also considering the fact that we are we talking about it?
What? Justice League? Yeah, we'll talk about Justice League.
Oh, are you sure about that? Shouldn't we wait?
Why?
Because it's coming. Maybe we'll wait for like a year, 2021, when it comes out again.
We're gonna be talking about the fucking one we fucking watched, brother. We ain't gonna talk about no fucking Snyder cut. If we watch it in the movie list, we talk about that shit as a separate thing because it's a separate movie.
All right.
Not even a movie. It's a miniseries, right?
It's technically a miniseries, but then they're also gonna release a super cut. Which is basically gonna be a 4-hour
so
long.
You don't get the fucking whimsy away out of me shit talking Justice League by fucking being like, oh, it's not the actual. No, fuck you. That's the actual theatrical release. That's what we watched.
Yeah, but nobody likes the theatrical release of Batman and Superman either. The director's cut is where it's at.
Oh, you think the director's cut saves that movie? It's hilarious. Well, it's fine.
I've seen it. It does.
Yeah, I've also seen it. It does not save it. It adds like fucking like 10 minutes of footage. It does not change that much. It does not save anything. I think Anyway, if you haven't seen John Wick,
Those will be hot topics. Those will be hot topics. It'll be fine.
if you haven't seen John Wick, watch John Wick. It's very good. Even if we like spoil stuff for you, like it's kind of an experience. It's one of those things you have to experience, right?
Well, to be fair, if they still, if whoever is here watching this still continues to be here as we talk about movies that they haven't seen yet, then it's on them.
This is on you.
Our hands have been washed clean.
It is called the spoiler
We absolved
zone.
ourselves.
We have spoiled you. Boom, spoiled.
Nothing is sacred. Everything is permitted.
All right, so next movie is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. This is a classic movie. We watched this February 19th, 2018. So the day after we watched John Wick. John Wick was a one-off, actually. That's interesting. We don't do very many one-offs.
Did we do that for? Oh, we didn't actually. Wow, that's amazing.
So,
I didn't even realize we did that.
You're pointing at things again. They can't see what you're pointing at. So Ferris Bueller's Day Off. What did you think when I wanted to get you to watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Because you'd never seen it, which surprised me.
I mean, it looked pretty interesting, and I knew of the legacy behind it, so I figured it could be fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot better than I was expecting, particularly because of Cameron's character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. I'm sure I'm not the only one that would think this, but this really feels more like Cameron's movie than Ferris's movie.
Really?
I really do. He felt more like the movie felt like it kind of, I don't know. It felt like it was.
Now, just to clarify, Cameron is his best friend, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Played by Alan Ruck.
That's what I thought. I want to make sure I wasn't thinking of something dumb. All right. Yeah. No. Like I would. Yes and no. Like it's his movie. It's kind of his story, but it's like Ferris trying to help him.
Right.
Right.
Because I remember people talking about how like the whole reason that they skimped that they all played hooky this particular day was because they all knew that it was going to be the last hurrah, and like this was basically Cameron's day.
Yeah.
They were all trying to get him to have one last good time.
Yeah.
Before they all like left and did separate things in their lives.
I think so. Again, we'll get into more stuff in a second, but like I think like really like there was a line in the movie where like he's like, I don't really know what I want to do. Like I'm in college, I guess, but I don't. And so like the girl, I forget her name, it's his girlfriend, asks like, so what are you interested in? He just goes, nothing. And then like she just goes, me too. And they start like laughing and nodding a little bit. And I kind of felt that. I kind of hit a little different. You know what I mean? Like Jesus.
Relatable.
Hashtag relatable.
Even to this day.
Yeah. Even to this day. Yeah. So.
This movie's 24 years old. Wait.
It's longer than that, brother.
34 years old.
Yeah. 34 years.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I hate it.
It's an old movie.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, old is relative, but.
Ooh, he's having a rough time. That hairline ain't looking so hot these days.
Yeah, he age did not go well for him.
I just realized. Let me.
Age did not go his way.
Yeah.
You've been not deleting the tabs, right? Like for example, like
I haven't really looked anything up though. Is the thing.
You looked up the one thing about like how many people.
Oh, okay. I'll grab that as well.
Any tab you open, just don't delete.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, no, this age did not go
no
his way. How old is he? He's like not even that old. He's like in his 50s, isn't he?
He's 58. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
he's having a rough time.
He's not looking great for 58. I don't know who might have talked. What?
Oh my god! So Ben Stein, like I know him mostly from there was like these old commercials for contact lenses. And he used to be in them. That's where I know him most. But he was in this movie as well. I think he was the guy he was their teacher, right?
Yeah. Bueller.
Apparently he's Bueller. Yeah. Apparently, he's a lawyer.
Lawyer.
Yes, he began his career as a speechwriter for U.S. Presidents Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford, for entering the entertainment field as an actor, comedian, and game show host. 75 years old now.
That's interesting. He looks better than fucking.
I know, right? Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if this is like super
give me a second.
recent. This might not be.
We're gonna have to cut that out. You were saying?
There, easy spot for you.
Okay. You speaking?
What? I don't.
Contact lenses, something I don't.
Yeah, no, that was the thing.
Yeah, I said he looks better than guy played Ferris.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were saying something and then.
No, I'd already said my piece.
No, you were in the middle of a sentence.
No, I wasn't.
I have the fucking tapes.
No, it wasn't.
I hate you so much. We're not there yet. Anyway.
I said it was interesting. It was
I hate
interesting.
you. Anyway.
It was interesting.
Motherfucker.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Motherfucker.
Why are you getting all mad at me about?
Okay, so so a couple things I wanted to talk about, and then feel free to jump in.
Yeah.
I was surprised that, this movie is like kind of known for its fourth wall breaks, but I'm surprised to see a fourth wall break in a movie this old. I feel like fourth wall breaks are something that were not very common until recently. And
another movie that had pretty decent fourth wall breaks. Not as big as this, but Last Action Hero, I believe, is also a 93 movie, not an 86 movie, but this movie has some pretty meta humor.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it yet, we should watch it. It's really good. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
I
guess Spaceballs had fourth wall breaks and stuff, but
yeah,
that's specifically a spoof.
This is an actual movie. This isn't a parody.
Yeah, like a legitimate movie where it's kind of like The Hook, right?
I guess in a way. Is that spoiling it? I don't think it's spoiling it. It might be spoiling it a little bit, but not really. In a way, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure has some fourth wall breaks, at least a couple, and I mean it's not a parody. I mean it's not really. I don't think it's a parody.
I've never seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, so I cannot comment, but you might be wrong.
I could be wrong. That's possible.
Has happened before.
Couldn't be me. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm never wrong.
But I felt like the fourth wall breaks were really good in this movie. Did you like them?
They were fun. It really does feel like when you watch this and you watch Deadpool, you can really feel like the kind of energy that they were inspired by to put Deadpool together.
Yeah, I agree. I think that
it's rated 7.8 on IMDb. It's not bad. How about Rotten Tomatoes? 81% for critic.
I mean, this is a fantastic movie.
Audience.
I mean, this is a classic movie.
Maybe we should be doing this for the. Well, I know you don't like ratings that much. Never mind.
Well, I have issues with ratings.
Yeah.
That's super. But this is a good movie, classic movie. I think if you haven't seen this movie, it's what are you doing with your life? See this movie. It's not even that long either. It's like an hour and 40 minutes, right?
It is hour 43. Yeah. You're off by 3 minutes. I'm gonna need your.
That's credits. So, the main actor's charisma kind of carries this movie a lot, though. I would say. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, no, he's very quick on his feet.
He is, and the hijinks he gets up to is so good.
It's glorious.
Yeah,
when he's when he's trying to get them into that big what are they called? High class restaurant.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call them.
Fancy.
They're just nice. Yeah, fancy restaurants, I guess. I'm not sure if there's an actual word for those.
There's not an actual word.
They're just calling fancy restaurants. Okay, never been to one.
Did I take you to a fancy restaurant? I'm trying to think.
I don't think so.
To California.
I mean, we went to some. That's not a fancy restaurant.
I'm talking about
ones that actually.
No, I'm talking about restaurant.
CPK tastes good.
No, that's a pretty fancy restaurant. To sit down, fancy restaurant. Not like super fancy, but it's a sit down restaurant.
I was thinking more about like the kind of restaurant that you actually like genuinely have to like. There's an actual dress code.
Those
Never
don't
worn
like
a suit in
really
my life.
exist.
Never worn a suit in my life.
Those are okay. Then if that's what you're defining, then I've never been to a fancy restaurant before.
Ah, okay. Well then, yeah, we've been to fancy restaurants before.
I hate you. God fucking damn it, motherfucker. All right. You were saying though about the fancy restaurant. Was there a point, or was it? Yeah.
He gets them into it.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but it worked.
Pure skill.
Pure
skill.
Pure skill sounds about right.
Dude, Charlie Sheen. I always forget he's in this movie. He's like a fucking snack, honestly. Like he looks so young.
Wasn't this the one that he looked super seedy?
Yeah. So
Like
actually, I have no way of verifying this other than actually looking it up. But who does that?
I mean, I like to every time we finish a movie, I always go through the trivia section on IMDb.
So
that's why I know so much about the movies that we talk about.
According to a YouTube comment on one of the clips I watched, Charlie Sheen didn't sleep for 48 hours for that role because it was supposed to look like he was like on drugs and like.
Yeah, here we go. We're here. To produce the desired drugged out effect for his role as the drug addict in the police station, Charlie Sheen stayed awake for more than 48 hours before the scene was shot.
Yeah. So dedication. I mean,
yeah.
Now he doesn't have to stay for 48 hours. He just looks like that, but is that too me?
Oh, help me.
You fucking good?
I'm dying.
Good?
I'm dying.
I always forget Charlie Sheen. He was so young in this movie. How old was he in this movie?
This came out in '86, so
21.
Yep, 21.
20. Crazy.
Also, apparently his name isn't Charlie. His name is Carlos.
What the fuck?
What? His real name is Carlos Erwin Estevez.
What are you saying to me?
Wait, so where's Martin Sheen then? Hold on.
What?
No. I'm dead ass. What?
What?
Ramon Gerard Antonio Estevez.
What? What?
Born and raised in the United States by immigrant parents, he adopted the stage name Martin Sheen to help him gain acting part. I mean, it worked. It fucking worked.
I'm so shook right now.
Wait, so his kids have the name of like Sheen, Bobby Sheen. See what he's got going on. Nothing.
At least a TV actor.
He's 11 years old. I don't know if we can call him a TV actor.
Who does?
I'm just trying to see if they actually have if they have a wiki, I could. Oh, Sam J. Estevez. No, if they start acting, they just get the Sheen name.
Damn.
Apparently.
So they legitimately have a screen name.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What? I'm broken. Are you kidding me?
I'm a little shook right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little shook.
So this tab stays open, I guess.
Yeah. Also, like the IMDb.
Well, yeah, the trivia thing.
All right. I don't know. I don't feel like I have like.
How do we segue away from that? Charlie Sheen isn't his real name. Charlie isn't even his name.
We're gonna have to live with this.
I can't. I want to unsee this. Can we unsee this? I would like to vote to unsee this.
We haven't watched Men in Black, so I don't think that we can. Anyway, I don't have a whole lot to say about Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I think it's a really good movie. I like how.
Have you seen Men in Black?
I've actually not seen the first two. I've seen the third one. So the third one in theaters with my aunt. I'm not gonna show it, but he's adding it to the list of movies too.
I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, you can't hear anything. You can't prove anything. That's not. That's not. No. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. You didn't hear anything.
Are we gonna? So okay. Anyway, back to Ferris Bueller's Day Off. We haven't even talked about Ferris Bueller's Day Off really. But I don't have much to say personally. I mean, I think that like it's super crazy. Like crazy things happen all the time. Ferris Bueller is like the definition of like fake it till you make it, right? As long as you look like you belong and you have like so much confidence. Like he's kind of an inspiration in that way. Obviously, I think it's a little unrealistic some of the things he does, but it's pretty crazy. I also forgot that like they have like an ending credit scene. The movie's over. What are you doing here? Home, right? Which Deadpool ended up ripping off. I love the Deadpool ripoff, dude.
Oh, if you thought Nick Fury was gonna show up in his saucy leather jacket, we don't have that kind of budget. Go home. I also love how they called the fact that they were gonna get Cable. They must have fought really hard for that.
Probably. That is hilarious that they called that. So, do you have anything else you want to say about Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Anything? I mean, I know. So, I think that this is a good movie, but I don't think this is one we had like super strong feelings on. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like, I had fun watching it, definitely, and if it ever popped up on TV again, I'd probably watch it, but it would have to be a while longer before I went out of my way to watch it again, like from back to front.
Surprisingly to me, I think Ferris Bueller's Day Off is the weakest of the four we watched in this batch, and that's saying something. This is a good movie. Yeah, all the other movies are just bangers, in my opinion.
No, I enjoyed watching this movie.
Oh, I did too.
But like, I don't have as like big of an emotional connection to it as you might, because I didn't grow up with this movie.
I didn't grow up with this movie either.
Oh, okay. Well,
I watched this movie when I was like a late teenager. My aunt showed it to me because I hadn't seen it, and I was like, oh, okay, let's watch it. It was a good movie. And I saw it once, and then the next time I saw it was when I watched it with you. So. That.
Wait, that's a lie.
Not a lie.
Where did Homecoming come out? Technically, you've seen it. Technically.
Okay, I mean from front to back, motherfucker. Okay, yes, there was a scene that was fucking.
It wasn't just the scene that was like paying homage to it. It was genuinely playing in the background.
It played for 2 seconds.
Yeah, which means you would have seen a clip of it.
I'm trying so hard not to punch you right now.
I mean, it's your TV screen. Go ahead.
All right. Rush Hour 2. Rush Hour 2.
All right, let's talk about it.
So, Rush Hour 2, I was very excited for because I'd seen Rush Hour 1 and I loved it. This is when, again, I said if you hadn't seen the first one, I was not excited for Rush Hour 1. I was one of those movies I was a little timid about. And once I saw it, I loved it. And then I won Rush Hour 2
couldn't get enough.
In my body immediately. I remember vividly you being like, because the way we do it is we have it where we have 6 movies currently running, 3 from each of us, right? And so when it came time for you to finally put a new movie on the running list, you were like, "Did I put Rush Hour 2 on?" And I was like, yes. Why are you asking me this? Put it on there now. That's what we're watching next. So. Yeah, so you grew up with all the Rush Hour movies, or
yeah, grew up with all of them. They were all because when we watched, I think we ended up watching the first 2, and they were super cool. And then I don't remember when the third one came out. Probably
7.
A lot. 2007. Yeah. Okay. I'm not even sure if we were still going to Best Buy at that time. But if we didn't, then Dad probably just picked up the DVD and brought it home and we watched it then.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's always been a staple.
Yeah.
I really like these movies.
Yeah.
They're super good action, super funny. It's good.
Yeah.
Good movies. You haven't seen it, go
Good
watch
movie. Good movie. Good movie. So a lot of the praise that I gave in Rush Hour 1 kind of applies to Rush Hour 2. Like their action scenes are all phenomenal. I would even go as far as to say that like their teamwork is even better in this movie than the first movie, and I think that's
it
nice.
would make sense.
Yeah, it would make sense, and I think that it's legitimately reflected in the movie too.
It also really does feel like Jackie's been like Jackie's character Lee has been teaching Chris Tucker's character.
Why have you stopped?
Give me a sec.
What are you looking up?
Carter. His name is Carter.
Oh my God, you forgot his name?
I forgot his name.
Sick.
Unfortunate, truly. But you can kind of tell that Jackie Chan's character Lee is teaching Chris Tucker's character Carter off screen, between the breaks between the two movies, a few things. You know, he's been picking up a few things.
Yeah.
About like hand to hand, like self defense kind of things like that. Because it kind of shows in this movie. It also kind of shows even more in the third movie. Like he's still like they slowly improve that, but that's slightly spoiler, but not really.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like I think one of the best things that this movie does is it doesn't like it plays Carter for laughs, but it doesn't like play him as for laughs at the expense of him doing shit. Like he's very capable, and he still does shit. Sometimes it's in his own way, right? But like he's a very capable fighter. He's never like fundamentally destroyed.
He's just a lot of times outskilled. He's outmatched.
And even then, he still holds his own.
Right.
So it's not just
fair,
Jackie
in
Chan.
a way, even Jackie Chan's character a lot of sometimes gets like outmatched in a way.
When you throw like 20 guys at him.
Yeah, and he has to like think on his feet, and he has to like
outmatch. If you have to send 20 guys at one person, you can't outmatch him. Okay, I'm sorry.
Outnumber.
There you go. That's correct. There you go.
Also, Rosaline Sanchez is very nice to look at in this movie.
Was she his?
She was the FBI agent. She was the FBI agent.
I felt it was a little weird to throw in like a romance thing.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe they. Well, it wasn't.
What?
I don't know. It.
Just because a movie isn't labeled as a fucking romance doesn't mean it had romance in it, motherfucker.
Okay. All right. Listen here. All right. Listen. Any notes you got for this?
I hate you. The bamboo fight scene was interesting.
Oh, that was in this movie?
Yeah.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. I really liked that. Yeah. I really liked going back and watching that was a treat.
Yeah. I remember you getting like you got super into it. You were like on the edge of your seat when we watched this for the first time. He was on the edge of his seat.
I was
like just because it's like the idea of having a fight scene take place on top of bamboo scaffolding.
Yeah.
By the way, in Minecraft, the bamboo scaffolding is the best thing ever made, hands down. Don't at me.
Okay, motherfucker. So the fight scene, I think my favorite fight scene though in this movie is the fight scene that they have in the like the fake like massage parlor.
It wasn't a fake massage parlor.
I thought it was like
it was a genuine massage parlor.
Oh, I thought it was a front.
It's just no. I mean it might have been a bit of a front, but that front was genuinely real.
Okay. Well, most fronts are real, but it's still a front.
Okay, that's fair. But I mean, it was, I like that scene too, particularly because of how it starts with the lineup of all the really
nice,
very very nice.
So like Jackie Chan and I guess Lee and Carter's teamwork really shines in this movie or in that scene, right? Like there's a whole like where he's like flip me, and so Carter flips Lee, and then he fucking lands, and then there's another point where Carter's like on the ground, and so Lee's like, I'm gonna flip you. He's like, no, don't flip me, and he flips him, and he lands. He's like, I landed it. So funny.
Doesn't he get immediately punched in the face while
I
he's
think so.
celebrating?
I also really liked so I wrote this out now because I just had to fucking call it. Like so like a thing is thrown at Carter like on the ground and he like fucking like is on the ground on his back and he flip kicks up to a standing position over the cushion or whatever it was. I think it was like a couch or something like that. And it was like the cleanest shit I've ever seen in my life and I was shook. It was so fucking crazy.
I don't actually remember that.
You gonna go look it up?
I'm gonna go look it up right now. Hold on, I don't actually remember that.
It's in you can find it in the massage parlor fight.
Spa. Okay.
Is this Spa?
Yeah. What part?
It's like towards the beginning, I think. This is such a good. Again, I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, I forgot he punched him, dude. That's so funny.
Sorry, y'all look alike.
Sorry, you all look alike. I think it's gonna be here. Yeah, it's right here. It's so fucking clean. It's so clean.
You're gonna have to have that. You're gonna have to.
I'm gonna have that scene in there.
Yeah.
It'll be running in the one of the scenes running around. Like he flips over. It's so clean, dude. So clean. It's crazy.
Don Cheadle cameo.
Oh, dude.
It wasn't really a cameo. I feel like that was more like I feel like that was an actual like small part.
So
that was a bit too big to be a cameo.
Do you know the reason that John Cheadle only accepted the role if for one reason? You want to know what the reason was?
What?
Yeah, he had one condition to accept the role.
Okay.
If he could fight Jackie Chan, he specifically said, "I will do this if he could fight Jackie Chan."
And speak Chinese.
Yeah. Okay. Apparently, Jackie Chan was actually impressed with John Cheadle's pronunciation.
Huh.
I read that on a YouTube comment, so it must be true. I do know that him accepting it because he wanted, because like remember they fight, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was that wasn't in the script and it was put in there specifically, or he was like, yeah, do I get to do that? And they're like, yeah. There's like, well, then I'm down. I don't know which one it was, but he was like, I want to fight Jackie. I mean, to be fair, who doesn't, right? Like if you have the chance to like choreograph, like to fight him in choreography, that sounds cool as shit, in my opinion. Yeah,
it's really cool actually.
Yeah, right? That's so cool. Don Cheadle was great in this movie, though. Any other trivia you're seeing there that you want to share with the class?
The counterfeit dollar bills used in the movie say "In Dog We Trust." During shooting, some of the extras walked off the set with some of the fake cash and eventually ended up in a few casinos in Las Vegas, Nevada. The situation went so out of control that production was briefly shut down when the FBI subjected the props department to an investigation to determine whether or not they violated the Counterfeit Deterrence Act of 1992.
What?
That's a bit of an oof.
Hilarious.
So those extras probably are in more hot shit than anyone on the actual production team.
Probably.
Because they knew it was fake and they tried to use it.
Yeah. No, that is illegal. Largely illegal.
But also, I appreciate the hustle. I respect it.
I do respect it, but also illegal. So there's a scene where I think it's towards the end where like the bad guy is like basically like being like, hey, listen, your dad was a fucking punk ass bitch. You can't do it either. You can't kill me. And fucking so like when Carter first comes in, he's like, yeah, man, he's not worth it. Don't kill him. And then as soon as he starts talking shit to Carter to Lee's dad, he's like, yeah, fucking kill him, dude, kill him. And it's that fucking
kill his ass.
It's such a fucking bro moment though. He's like, nah, man, you can't disrespect my friend's daddy. Kill him. And then Lee doesn't end up killing him, but then he puts Carter in danger. He's about to kill Carter, and then Lee kills him. He like kicks him out a window, and I thought that was such a cool moment where like Lee couldn't do it, but as soon as Carter was in danger, he didn't even think about it. He just saved him. It's such it's one of those moments. It
makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside,
right? And it's a good thing of like show don't tell, right? It's like it means something. Like their friendship is very important, right? So I think that was a very good moment. Really like that.
Talking about Rush Hour always makes me sad that we're never gonna see another Lethal Weapon movie.
Well, yeah.
Like for a while, the Lethal Weapon TV series was good. I never got past season 1, but I mean, For a while, that was pretty good.
I mean, to be fair,
I
okay,
heard it gets really bad after like during season 2. I heard it gets really bad. That's why I haven't watched it.
to be fair, Lethal Weapon.
And then they completely replaced Riggs' character. I'm just like, nah, I'm not about it. I'm done after this.
What is it with Riggs people, like actors, and having issues?
Yeah, I know. They were having issues with the actor, but I mean, like, it's just can't.
So to be fair, though,
no.
To be fair though, there were 4 Lethal Weapon movies, and that's more movies than like most franchises get.
Well, that's true. I only remember 3.
The 3rd movie, or 3 of them?
3 of them.
Okay.
Specifically, I don't remember the 3rd movie. No one does.
Oh, I remember the 3rd movie.
You remember it?
I do.
What happens in it?
I couldn't tell you.
What happens at the end?
Is that the one where they're under the pier?
No, that's the 4th movie.
That's the 4th movie?
Yes.
That was the 3rd movie. Maybe I don't remember the 3rd movie.
Do you now understand?
Maybe I don't.
Nobody remembers the 3rd movie.
Maybe I don't remember the 3rd movie.
No, the 3rd movie is the last one with Mel Gibson rocking the 80s mullet. That's where he meets the lady. That's where
Is that
basically
the one where he has the
Riggs'
long
life
sex scene
finally
with the
starts
lady,
going.
and then she gets like murdered immediately after?
No, that was the 2nd movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't remember the 3rd movie apparently.
Nobody remembers the 3rd movie. The only reason I remember is because specifically I know it's the most forgettable one, so it's always really funny to be like, so what happened in the 3rd movie? And I'll know when you're wrong.
I'm fucking dead, dude. Fuck.
You didn't believe me, did you?
No.
I brought this up in the first podcast too.
Did you?
Yeah.
We didn't have a
'Cause we
conversation
ended
about it though.
We talked about movies that happened like before.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Rush Hour 2. Is there anything else you want to say about Rush Hour 2?
Carter's singing was pretty on point.
Yeah, I forgot that he did that. That was pretty good.
And it really doesn't feel like they used any autotune on him. I honestly wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think
if they
autotune
didn't.
existed in 2001, Urban.
Oh no, it did. Dude, it's existed since sometime during Cher's tours.
Who that is?
Cher? Cher? Oh my god. Her.
Who?
Oh my.
I don't know who that is.
So uncultured.
Apparently,
Get out of my face.
Apparently, Autotune came out in 1998. So not that much earlier than Rush Hour 2. Enough so that could have happened. Autotune's been a thing for 20. Anyway, Rush Hour 2. Anything else you want to say about it?
It's great.
It is really good. I think. Okay, so I don't know if I want to ask this for the second one or for the third one, but I'm definitely gonna forget for the third one because it's like 2 episodes from now. Who the fuck knows when that's gonna happen? So I'm gonna ask it now. If you had to pick one, which one do you think is your favorite of the 3?
See, I went into this fully expecting to be able to remember everything about Rush Hour 2. But at this point the only fresh one in my brain is Rush Hour 1.
Yeah.
I don't think so there's a few things that happens in Rush Hour 3 that makes it really, really, really funny, but for the most part, I think that's really all it had for it. But maybe that's just me. It's been a really long time since I watched Rush Hour 3. 2 and 1 are the
significantly
ones that I
less
ended up
time than
watching
since you
more.
watched Rush Hour 1 or 2.
No, I'm talking. Okay, right, but I'm talking about like. All right, listen here, motherfucker.
I have the dates.
Yeah. No, but I'm talking about like watching it like on my own.
How is it? relevant.
I mean, Rush Hour 1 and 2 comes out to TNT quite a bit.
You don't like actively watch like the TV out in front room because you don't.
I
Really
mean,
go
yeah,
there.
but if it's on TV and we're eating dinner, then I'll just stay out there, drink soda, talk to dad, watch the movie.
Okay.
So it's been a really long time since I watched the third one, but
So is your answer the first movie, the Rush Hour 1?
either first one or third one, maybe, big maybe.
I remember the third one being the funniest. I remember laughing a lot at the third one.
Yeah, just because of the taxi driver. I think the taxi driver scenes were fucking great.
I don't know if that means that I like the third one the best though. It might. It is between the 1 and the 3. I think 2 is. None of them are bad, but I think 2 might be the worst. Of the 3.
Weakest. I think.
Yeah, weakest is a better word. I think that the whole like the villain was a little like over the top for me. A little too in your face.
For this one.
Yeah, for 2.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I think it works for the movie, but I think it was like it wasn't like a great villain. It was a acceptable one. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Right,
okay.
right.
Again, you don't really come to that movie for like plot or like the villain. You come to it for the buddy
you
cop.
go to it
right?
for you go to it for the relationship between Carter and Lee.
Yeah, which they do pay off. Again, I
Right.
think that their relationship is the best part of the movie. It's also so funny.
It's glorious.
Very funny. Right. Well, if there's something
Thank
else,
you. I really appreciate that. You know,
Yeah.
you can just land a little bit faster.
eh,
Could you?
got you, dude. This is the transition helicopter.
Oh my god. It's not even a helicopter. It's a jet. Bro.
I can't really hear it anymore.
Okay, good.
So, yeah, I'm talking about Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Now, so this is a movie that I watched with my friends in college. I had never seen the Monty Python movies, and I still need to get you to watch Monty Python and the Secret to Life, or something.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get you to watch more Monty Python. I've only seen 2 of them. I won't watch more of them. I heard The Life of Brian is really good. Not seen that one. We watch that one together. This is actually I don't know why I didn't show you the other ones immediately. I remember like being like, oh, I'll put it on eventually, and then I just never did. I still have it on my running list, but I need to get you to watch more. But so are you checking to see if I still have it?
Yeah. Trying to see if it's still there.
Yeah, Monty Python's. It's like the second one. No, sorry, the second one from the top of the third page. Third page.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Monty Python's. We just have a lot of movies that we want to watch.
Mine specifically more than yours, but that's because I have bad memory and I don't trust myself to remember the movies.
Yeah, so
I kind of just set them all up and then whatever I feel. I'm gonna have to actually stop grabbing from like all the other places and I have to start grabbing from the October section because it's about to be October soon.
We're not gonna get to
by the
fucking-
time we get to it.
yeah.
Let's just watch movies again.
Brother,
Jesus
I'm fucking
Christ.
busy as shit, and I want to watch Heroes.
Oh my god.
Bro, chill.
I want to watch Halloween movies.
Okay, I mean, we've made exceptions for timed things like that before. When we watched Nightmare Before Christmas. If you want to do a Halloween night, I wouldn't be opposed to just picking the movies and watching Halloween movies.
Well, I'd want to watch them all. I'd want to have my cake and eat them too.
We're not gonna sit down and watch fucking 6 movies in a row.
It's not 6 movies. It's like 8 or 9. Fuck off.
Motherfucker.
I'm just kidding. 6 is not 6 or 7 maybe.
Motherfucker.
What?
A lot of movies.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Motherfucker. We are here now, but still, I hate you. So anyway, what I was trying to say earlier was that, like, so this is a movie that I found very weird at the time, and I would have never watched it if my friends in college were not like, no, you have to see this movie, watch it, just trust. And then I did. It's hilarious. And so I remember, what was your thoughts when I tried to get you to watch this movie? I remember you being a little hesitant. It was one of the few movies you've been hesitant from when I picked. You didn't know what it was.
My uncle had tried to get me to watch this movie for a really long time, and I never really wanted to because it was like an old movie, and old movies are kind of hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
Like it really has to. I don't know. It has to like. The humor has to be just dumb enough for me to actually like find it funny.
Yeah.
That's why Bill and Ted's the Bill and Ted movies kind of resonate with me. It's because the humor is just on the side of just enough on the side of stupid that I can't get enough of it.
That's fair, and I really do think that the thing that this movie has going for it so well is that the humor is timeless.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
It doesn't feel it doesn't it never feels like aged humor. This
It
literally
never
feels like something
feels.
that you could just like tune into the BBC and just like it'd be like a sketch.
Bro, literally the fucking funniest
Today.
thing to me is that like half of the humor still feels like fucking current meme humor.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it, but it's so fucking good. Um, like I literally I've every single time I watch this movie I laugh. It's very funny. I don't know. The jokes in it are just superb. The fucking
They're able to do both like in your face humor, like, you know, outright jokes, and they're also
yeah.
able to pull off like more subtle things as well.
Also absurdist humor. They have a lot of absurdist humor.
Yeah.
With like the whole like the police chasing down everyone and like
See, the real reason they did that was probably because they burned all their budget on the wizard.
that's literally why. So two things. One, so the coconuts for horses, they did that specifically to say because of the budget. They didn't have the budget to get real horses, so they did coconuts, right?
That's amazing. That
And
makes
then,
it that arguably makes it better.
or I think so. And then the ending was cut short. I think it was stylistic choice and also because of the budget.
They were running out of money, and they're just like, yeah, fuck it, let's try and find a good place to cut it.
Yeah. It ends so abruptly. And then fucking there's no credits. I remember you being shook when there were no credits, dude. There's no credits. None.
It's a glorious movie.
It's
Honestly.
so fucking funny. We still quote it a lot.
Yeah. No, we don't.
So okay, so the Black Knight scene is literally famous.
That is my favorite. That's my favorite scene in the entire movie, I think.
Fucking I love the cut. So like so again, like he cuts his arm off and he's like, "I've bested you, Sir Knight. You are brave, right?" And then it cuts to him like
putting his sword away.
yeah, and then he fucking kicks him. It's the funniest shit ever. And he's like, fucking, your arm's off. No, it isn't. A flesh wound. We'll call it a draw then.
So for the Black Knight scene, didn't they got people that was like progressively had less and less limbs, right?
I have no
Like,
idea.
There was one person that like they had one person. I think they brought in one person that didn't have a left arm, and then when the right arm was cut off, they had another person that didn't have arms, and then one that only had one leg, which is why he's able to like hop around without losing his balance as much. Also because, you know, it looks like he only has one leg.
I guess I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Let me go to the right. I have the technology.
We'll find maybe on trivia.
Yeah, probably. Oh, the Black Knight was first played by John Cleese, but when Arthur cuts off the first leg, a real one-legged actor, a local silversmith, was used. On the DVD, Terry Gilliam reveals that a marionette was used to film the shot of the second leg being cut off. He also jokes that using the one-legged silversmith for the shot of the knight with no legs saved work, since they only had to dig a hole for one leg. Cleese said that it was him standing in the hole.
So they used two actors, not like multiple, but so they
Yeah,
had one.
I thought they brought in. Like,
that's hilarious that they're like, it saved work. We only had to dig one hole. That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, no, I mean, so this movie. Okay, I'm actually curious. Can you look up how much budget this movie had?
Yeah, sure.
Because I mean, we've now seen multiple things where they talk about money. How much budget does this have? It had to be super low.
400,000.
So how much is that like with inflation? Set up 400,000.
So when was this made? 75.
So they
like
had
1.9, like 2 million.
2 million. So
$2
again,
million
that's not a
budget.
lot for a movie.
No.
Not a lot.
Like,
And they did
how
a
much, how much
lot,
did
right?
how much did Shazam have for a budget?
I think like
Okay,
80
buddy.
million.
All right, movie
80 million?
80 to 100 million.
Yeah.
And that's a relatively low budget
No, that's a
superhero
pretty
movie.
that's a pretty low budget movie. So making a movie on 2 million for, and again, I want to remind you, they did have a lot of shit. They had a lot of actors, they had a lot of sets, they had a lot of props, and they had like at the end they had like the whole like big battle scene. So they did a lot of shit with low budget. Like again, 2 million is a lot of money, but for a big budget for like a gigantic movie, this is a feature length movie with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like they did a lot.
I figure I'll send this to you.
Sure.
That way you just can just have it.
Sure.
And you can like crop it or whatever.
Sure. And so yeah, so this movie had a very low budget, and they did a lot with it. But I think in the opening, I described this as like LARPing. So like this really does feel like a fucking group of people LARPing, honestly.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
Bro, it'd be so fun to go to one of those with you.
Yeah.
I get super into it.
I've never LARPed before, but I could be into it. I think it'd be like it depends on like the group of people.
Yeah.
It kind of like with D&D, it depends on the group of people you're playing with. You can't just play D&D with any group of people. It has to be like minded and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was great. I love fucking. I'm King Arthur. I'm Arthur, King of the Britons. Who are the Britons? All of us. I didn't vote for you. You don't vote for kings. Like the fucking. It's so good. So good. Yeah. So like the holy hand grenade, like that shit's been like referenced everywhere. That was in Worms, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in
And
Worms. It was also in I think it's in Divinity as well, right?
Divinity, Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty sure that's in like some card games. Is it in D&D actually? Is the holy hand grenade in Dungeons and Dragons? I'm actually not sure.
Oops. Yeah. Holy hand grenade of Antioch. 5e equipment.
Is that in the 5e wiki? Is that the homebrew? Is it the homebrew? Oh, the homebrew page. Okay, this is homebrew. This is homebrew.
Okay. Dand wiki.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of homebrew stuff, but there's not actually.
Yeah, 5e homebrew.
Yeah. Okay, so so it's not actually in D&D. I didn't think it was.
Okay.
But again, so it's been like referenced a lot, right?
Yeah.
It's a relatively short thing. The number of the counting shall be 3. The number of the counting shan't be 4. The number of the counting shan't be 2 unless preceded by 3. It's such a good joke. And then the crazy rabbit. It was a rabbit, right? They had to kill with the
it was a crazy rabbit.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. The holy hand grenade is such a good...
It's just a stuffed rabbit.
Yeah, I know. That makes it even funnier. Even funnier. Honestly, half the time, how scuffed this movie is what makes it funnier. Half of the time, because it's so scuffed. Yeah. Remember the French people though? The French people fucking like throwing shit and stuff.
Was that they were on the wall, right?
Yeah.
Guarding and they were super rude to the Britons.
And then they were the ones who had the Grail in the end. They said they did it, that they did.
It's well.
So fucking.
I like the bridge. The bridge's fun.
Okay, so so it's time to talk about that. So, the fucking what is your request? We fucking quoted that for our fucking trip. Remember, we had that. That was the name of our fucking document. What is your request? Oh my
god! Do we still have it?
We still have it, right? We do still have it.
It's totally still here.
Yeah, we could post like the top of it maybe. It's literally titled that. Search it. You can search it. Yeah, there it is. You never.
Yeah, let's. Well, I did specifically.
You said you didn't. You said you didn't charge it. Told me you didn't.
Oh.
Unless you
Well,
lied to
because
me.
we never needed to use it is the thing.
You never charged. You were supposed to charge it before I came, though.
Well, it's you know what, that's fair. It would have only taken like a night though.
Right, but we were dumb and we didn't think ahead.
It's really funny. I like that. It's really funny. This is actually like this is the most fleshed out list I think we've ever made together. Although to be fair, there was actual money that was going to be involved here, so
A lot of these things didn't even happen either.
some of it didn't.
Some of it
Well, I
didn't.
mean, to be fair, we still went to the mall, but we didn't end up going to the VR arcade place.
Expensive.
Yeah. So instead, we ended up spending an entire day at a fucking regular arcade that has laser tag.
Hey man, that was a good deal.
It was great. No, it was glorious.
Anyway, so we're getting a little
We
off
should try.
track.
Yeah.
So the bridge scene was super fucking good. What is your quest? What is your name? And then it would switch off between like easy questions and hard
question and
then
hard
so
question.
the ordering of the joke is so fucking good. So it starts off with an easy question, the guy gets it. It's a hard question. That's because it's like, why is he asking this hard question? And it gets fucking flung, right? The next one, the guy gets an easy question, but he gets his fucking favorite color wrong. And then the next one, right? So okay, so the next one he asks like, what's the airspeed of the airspeed of a laden swallow or something like that.
So that joke is set up earlier.
It's set up in the earlier of the movie. Yes, the first scene,
very beginning.
the first scene. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there's like some weird dude like.
So the joke is because of the coconuts. They're like, you have those coconuts. It's like, yeah, you don't have a horse. Yeah. She's like, so what, right? And he's like, well, how'd you get the coconuts? They're not native to here. And then they're like, well, did a swallow carry it? And then they're like, well, a European swallow could carry it. It's too small. Well, maybe an African swallow could carry it, right? So fucking the entire joke, the entire thing is set up at the beginning. It's so fucking funny. It's so good. It's all interconnected.
I like how Arthur plays it off as well. It's like, how do you know so much about swallows? It's like, well, as a king, you have to know these things.
I love the immediate. What you mean, African or European? He's like, well, I don't know.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
Oh, I can see you. So, and again, this isn't spoilers, but so the other one I've seen, I think it's The Secret of Life or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That is even more absurdist than Monty Python, right? 'Cause that's more like a bunch of like random skits almost. They're interconnected a little bit, but like it's like Monty Python and the Holy Grail is like pretty sure the most connected of the Monty Python.
It's the most cohesive Monty Python.
It is. It has like a whole story, which is funny because it fucking like it really doesn't. It has the same
totally
characters
has
at
a
least.
story.
And then I love that Lily like throughout the whole thing, it's like there's the police chasing them because they're like disrupting them, and then they fucking the movie ends with them getting arrested. It's so funny. It's so good. Oh god, I love this movie, dude. This movie is so
It was a
fucking.
really good. It was a really good movie. I was very
is.
surprised. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah,
when
we
I watched it.
have to watch. We have to watch the other ones. I need to put that on my. I need to make an effort to put these on the list. I think.
But also, maybe you should help me get through some of the Hollywood movies that we have, or the Hollywood? Yes,
Hollywood.
Halloween movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I totally have like Bollywood movies here.
Nice.
I don't have a Bollywood movie, do I?
I think so.
God no.
So yeah, I think Monty Python and the Holy Grail is really one of those movies that like will stand the test of time for a long time. And I know that like, and again, I have the same fears when I watch older movies, but I think that this is one of those movies you could be very safe in a recommendation that its age does not reflect like the quality and the humor. You will still laugh at this movie even though it's from the 70s, right? And also, moreover, like we've other movies on this list that we'll talk about forever from now. Their age did affect it. I don't think the age affected this one at all.
No, for a 45-year-old movie, it did pretty damn good.
Pretty damn fucking good. Very.
That
funny.
is a scary number.
What, 45 years?
Mm.
It almost doesn't feel long enough. Like I kind of feel like the 70s were forever ago, and 45 years ago, that's like just a middle-aged person.
It almost feels like the 70s was before my time.
It was, but also it's just I don't know. It's easy to think that like time before us was forever, but like the 70s really wasn't that far ago. You know what I mean? Realistically, like my mom was born in 70, right? My mom's not exactly fucking like ancient.
Your mom's as old as my brother.
No way, really? Wait, how's your brother?
20 years older than me. Exactly 20.
So he'd be like 44.
Yeah, he
Okay.
turns 44.
Okay, so they're not the
in a
exact same
month.
age, but still, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom is. My mom just turned 50.
Oh, so it'd be like early 70s then.
No, she was born in 70.
Oh, 70. Okay.
70.
Yeah, no. So my brother is 7 years younger then.
Yeah, but still, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
No, that's crazy though.
So is there anything else about Monty Python you want to talk about? I think really it's just so funny, fucking funny.
Yeah, it's just good comedy. Good comedy, and I don't remember it being like super like raunchy or anything. It was pretty clean comedy if I remember.
It was pretty clean too, which is the funny thing. It's a lot of just like situational humor that they set up based on the premise of the movie, which is just like King Arthur and like the knights going around trying to find the fucking Grail. And it's just everything's set around that, and it's super funny. I mean, very funny. Go watch. Go do it.
Go.
Do the thing.
You're still here.
You're still here. What are you doing here?
Go watch the movies if you haven't already.
The podcast's over.
Podcast is over.
Podcast is over. It's finished.
Oh, if you were waiting for us to tell you what the next movies are, I mean, we probably already did.
I did not.
Did we not actually?
No, we didn't. You should pull the movie list real quick.
So the next ones on the list are going to be
Justice League.
Are we just gonna do a one-off? I mean, to be fair, Justice League is a one-off.
No, we're not doing a one-off for Justice. I mean, we didn't. John Wick was a one-off. We're gonna do 4 each time.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna be that's gonna throw the movies out of whack, isn't it?
Not really, because we have
it's always yours and then me and then yours.
We got
and
Infinity
me.
War that'll set that straight.
I forgot about that.
Yep. So realistically, okay, actually, okay, we could make this decision now if you wanted.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, never mind. Because we did Rush Hour 3 as a one-off too. So yeah, it'll reset itself.
Oh, we also did Jones or
we did a few
Temple
one-off.
of Doom.
It'll be fine. Four piece will be fine.
It'll be fine. Yeah. Okay. So the next movies on the list are going to be Justice League, Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is the first Indiana Jones movie.
Yep.
John Wick Chapter 2,
yep.
And then very interesting movie, When Harry Met Sally.
That's an interesting bunch.
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk about Indiana Jones, John Wick, and When Harry Met Sally, and I'm very excited to tear Justice League anew. Spoiler alert. It was not a fan. I'm very excited to see what weak ass attempts of defending it you make.
Oh
I'm
no!
excited.
For the most part, I'm probably gonna try and defend it, and then I'm gonna remember how they massacred my boy Superman, and then I'm just gonna start going on a fucking rant about all the like bad things the bad like creative decisions they made with Superman for Batman v Superman.
We're not gonna talk about this now. We have a next spoiler zone for that.
Yeah, I'll get to rant then.
So, thank you guys for watching and/or listening. If you have any questions, concerns, or you have any recommendations for movies we should watch in the future, we're always down for looking for it, right? Watch the previous spoiler zone where we talked about Rush Hour, The Iron Giant, Tangled, and Unbreakable, all fantastic movies. And look out for more spoiler zone from us in the future. Yeah, and that's it. The podcast is over.
Podcast is over.
What are you still doing here?
Go home.